Hello friends, welcome to UPSC Cracker, and today I'm gonna do the expected general knowledge MCQs from February 9th to 14th. And basically I've done this with pictures so that it is quite easy to remember the answers, and most of the time the pictures are self-explanatory, so there's additional information also to be learned. So without wasting any time, let's begin. Who has been sworn in as the new president of Haiti? Now in Haiti, there has been a political crisis going on that lasted for more than a month. And this guy is a banana exporter who has won this election. And he's no other than Jovenel Moise. That's his name. So Mr. Moise won a rerun presidential election and he got 55.6% votes after the first round of elections in October 2015. But that election was scrapped because they said that there were like fraud allegations, and he has succeeded the interim president Jocelyn Privert, that is JOCELERME Jocelyn Privet. So that is the answer. Mohit Alawat is associated with which sports? So as we can see, he's a cricketer. And why is he in news? Because he scored a triple century in the T20 match. And basically he did this at Delhi's Lalita Park and was playing for Mavi 11 against Friends 11. So he has made these 300 runs just over off 72 balls, and he actually hit 39 sixes and 14 boundaries. So he's associated with cricket. That is the answer. And in the international cricket scenario, the highest individual score belongs to Chris Gayle, who made 175 runs in just 66 balls in an IPL match for Royal Challengers. And the highest individual in international cricket is 156, smashed by Aaron Finch in 63 balls for Australia against England. Which state has become the first Indian state to establish cashless system of distribution of food grains? This question I have already covered, and that state is actually Gujarat in my last video. And so we all know that Mr. Paswan had really congratulated Gujarat for going totally cashless. So basically the whole idea was to provide a cashless transaction base to the National Food Security Act beneficiaries, and they only needed to carry the Aadhaar card. So they would basically get grains on basis of carrying their Aadhaar card, and this the government has done basically to curb the corruption that is prevalent in the public distribution system. And the government of Gujarat has actually installed Aadhaar enabled payment systems in 17,250 fair price shops, and the target date was March 31st, 2017, but they have done it much before that. So basically you just carry your Aadhaar card and use a Aadhaar enabled payment system, and so easy to get crops. So anyways, the answer is Gujarat. It is the first state that has become to establish a cashless system for distribution of food grains. Who is the author of the book Veerappan Chasing the Brigand? So Veerappan, a very famous sandalwood smuggler from Karnataka, and it took a lot of effort and a lot of money on the part of government to actually capture him. There was a prize money of over rupees 5 crores on his head, and that was a decade back. So basically the book has been authored by K. Vijay Kumar, as we can see here, Mr. Kumar. and Mr. Kumar is a senior security advisor in the Ministry of Home Affairs. So basically, it gives a valuable insight into how weapon was caught and basically killed. So if you get a chance, do read this book. Should be quite based on facts and not a fiction novel. Which state has hosted the 17th International Seminar on Counter-Terrorism 2017? So, the 17th International Seminar on Counter-Terrorism was held in Haryana in the district Manesar on the 8th of February 2017, and it was organized by the National Security Guards NSA and was inaugurated by Colonel Rajvinder Singh Rathore, and who is the Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting. So it was held by Haryana Manesar. Who is the newly appointed Director General for Border Road Organization? So this question also I have covered in my last video. He is Sanjeev Kumar Srivastava, who has taken over from Suresh Sharma. Who has been selected for the prestigious 2016 Dr. B.C. Roy National Award? So what is the B.C. Roy Award? Now this is the highest award that can be given to a practicing medical person in India, and it is given by the Honorable President of India on July 1st, 2017 on Doctor's Day. So we know that July 1st is Doctor's Day, and basically it is Dr. P. Raghuram, as you can see from the pictures. So he has been given this. He is a breast surgeon from highly acclaimed breast surgeon, and he is also the president of Association of Breast Surgeons in India, and he is the youngest surgeon ever from a Telugu state, basically Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, who has received this award. So that is why he is important. Dr. P. Raghuram. Who of the following has been selected for 2017 All-Star Basketball Without Borders Global Camp? So what is the Basketball Without Borders? Basically, the Basketball Without Borders Global Camp is an opportunity for top male and female prospects from around the world to compete against one another and learn directly from NBA and FIBA players. Basically, all the top names like NBA All-Stars, everybody is associated with this program. So what has happened is like 2 Indians have been selected for this program. As you can see, one of them is this one and the other one is this one, a male and a female. And this program was founded on the belief that basketball brings people from different backgrounds together and transcends all cultural boundaries. So anyways, the answer to this is Akshay Verma and Priyanka Prabhakara. He is Akshay Verma. Always remember a tall guy with lanky figure and a short girl compared to this guy as Priyanka Prabhakara. Racharla Samrajyam, who passed away recently, was a freedom fighter from which state? So as you can see, here she is. She's passed away recently and she was around 98 years of age and belonged to Andhra Pradesh. So why is she so important? Basically because she was one of the oldest freedom fighters, and she was inspired by the Quit India movement when she was undergoing Hindi Pracharak training in 1942. So she quit the training and joined the Quit India movement, and she was arrested also and was jailed in Raivellore jail for 6 months in 1944. And she also received the Tampatra from the government of India in 1972 for her efforts in regards to the freedom fighting struggle. So she belonged to Andhra Pradesh. Option D is the correct answer. Just if you can remember this blue sari and this picture of blue, I've put it blue, so a bit easier to remember. Anyways, you can remember whenever you see. Which country to host the 2017 Mobile World Congress? So Mobile World Congress, here is the symbol for that. It is being organized by GSMA, organized from 24th to 27th of February. Okay, this is a wrong picture. This should be 17 anyways. So it is sponsored by GSMA, and this is being organized. I'm sorry guys, this is being organized in Spain from February 27 to March 2nd. So the dates are wrong here because this is a 2014 picture. Anyways, 27 February to March 2nd. So it is organized every year in Spain, and GSMA stands for Global System Mobile Association. So anyways, the Mobile World Congress is the biggest, largest mobile technology congregation, and this is and so why is this question important if we look at from the point of exams? Because two IT engineers from Hyderabad are for the first time portraying these two technologies. One is CRAN, short for Cloud RAN, and the other one is the 5G network. So probably 4G will become obsolete pretty soon. And these are like the prototypes at the moment, and they're first and being developed by Indians. Which committee will be constituted by the Reserve Bank of India on cyber security? So basically what is happening is that the Reserve Bank of India is forming an interdisciplinary committee on cyber security, and this is being done to examine various threats and suggest measures to deal with those threats. So the committee will actually review what are the threats that have been existing or emerging on an ongoing basis. So this is like a permanent kind of a committee, and so this is being headed by a lady. And in these kind of questions, if you remember that it was a lady and you don't remember the name, so if you see these options, there is only one lady here, so that is Meena Hemchandra Committee that has been founded to look into the cyber security issues in banks. So guys, if you just remember that it was a lady, and since all of them, these guys are all guys, so definitely not these. Who of the following has been appointed as a non-official director of Central Board of Reserve Bank of India? So as you can see from the pictures, all three of them are here. So all of the above is the answer to this. And the government of India has appointed three of these people, who basically Rajiv Kumar, Ashok Gulati, and Mr. Manish Sabharwal. And basically there are 5 official directors and not more than 4 deputy governors, a governor and 4 deputy governors in the RBI. And the government basically nominates the 16 non-official members. So these 3 are the part of those 16. And while 10 are nominated from different fields, 2 are government officials and 1 director each from the 4 local boards of the RBI. So let us just have a quick look at the objectives of the RBI, what RBI does, since we are dealing with RBI here. So basically it manages the monetary and credit system of the country, to stabilize internal and external value of the rupee, to balance and systematic development of banking in the country, for development of organized money market in the country, for proper arrangement of agricultural finance, for proper arrangement of industrial finance, for proper management of public debts, to establish monetary relations with other countries of the world and international financial institutions, for centralization of cash reserves of commercial banks, to maintain balance between the demand and supply of currency. So basically it is the RBI which looks after the demand and supply of currency. So what happened in demonetization, that's why RBI was so much into the picture, because they are the guys who are managing this and maintaining this balance. So I'll do another video on RBI, basically what it does, and explain everything properly. So this is just a short snapshot of that. And yes. Which country to host the 2017 IAAF World Athletic Championship? So guys, just have a look at these pictures. There you go. So this is the 16th edition of IAAF Championships, and these will be held in August in London, United Kingdom. So United Kingdom is the answer. And why are these games very important, or why are they in news? Because Russia is still suspended from taking part in this competition because of the doping allegations it had faced during the World Olympics. And although some Russians might be able to take part, but they have to satisfy the testing criteria. So that's about it. Which of the following is the official mascot of FIFA Under-17 World Cup India 2017? So we know that FIFA Under-17 World Cup is being held in India this time, and it was by this is of course Mr. Vijay Goyal, always. Then the All India Football Federation President Mr. Praful Patel is also there. So we know that the mascot is Khelio. He must be Khelio basically. And this has been done. And basically Khelio is a wild cat whose habitat extends from Himalayan foothills to the mainland Southeast Asia. So it is a wild cat. It is not really a tiger. It is a mix of them. And this FIFA Under-17 World Cup will be held from 6th to 28th of October 2017. And basically it will showcase the ability of India to execute global sporting events. So something like the Commonwealth fiasco. Let's hope it does not happen this time. So it is being held from 6th to 28th of October. And the mascot is Khelio. Remember that, a tiger playing a football for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Which sports outreach program has been launched by the Union government to promote football amongst school children? So another lot of focus on football. And again, this has been launched by our very dear Vijay Goyal Sahab, who is also the Union Minister of States for Youth Affairs and Sports. And he has launched this Maxim Mission 11 million. Mission 11 million. So guys, remember this is 11 and not this or this or this. So that is the answer. So what is Mission 11 million? So it says one nation, 29 states, three-phase program, 15,000 plus schools, 175 workshops, 75 festivals, 11 million kids. So that is where the 11 million comes, because there are almost 11 million kids in 15,000 plus schools that have been part of this. So that is the whole idea behind this. So basically it is a first of its kind program, and it will encourage children to play football, basically lead a healthy lifestyle, and the government will also motivate and incentivize school principals and sports teachers to promote football as a regular basis. So it's not only the kids but the faculty is also involved, and they will also give the schools the basically the facilities like the kits, sporting kits to encourage football. So this time a lot of focus has been on football, and basically if you look at it, it is because of the under 17 FIFA World Cup that is being happening in India. So that's why they have started this program, because a lot of kids, actually most of the kids are under 17. So this is another initiative by the government to promote football. India has recently signed MOU with which country to ease restrictions on number of scheduled flights. So an MOU has been signed, and as you can see from the picture, Britain and London. So we have signed a MOU with United Kingdom. Pretty simple because of the picture. And here is a picture of these two gentlemen signing the MOU. So he is Mr. Ashok Gajpati Raju Pashupati, who is also our Civil Aviation Minister, and he is UK Minister for Aviation, Mr. Lord Ahmed of Wimbledon, and they have signed this MOU to boost tourism. So basically the limit on flights on key Indian cities including Chennai and Kolkata have been scrapped, and this will also allow for greater range of flights for passengers, and it will actually be done to boost the trade and tourism for the UK and India. And the agreement has also opened all destinations in the UK for Indian carriers, and basically they'll be sharing codes and various other things between them. So lot more flights and easier to travel. What is the theme of the India's National Productivity Week NPW 2017? So let's have a look at the picture. National Productivity Week being held from 12th to 18th of February 2017. And the theme is from waste to profit through reduce, recycle and reuse. So from waste to profit through reduce, recycle and reuse. So that is the theme of this NPW. And this week is being organized by National Productivity Council, which is also part of the Union Ministry of Commerce Industry and was established in 1958. In fact, the establishment date was 12th of February, so that's why it is happening from 12th of February and to 18th of February 2017. And last year's theme, if you remember, was ease of doing business. That was a theme for 2016. And this year's theme is, of course, from waste to profits through reduce, recycle and reuse. So if you try to understand this from waste to profit, so what they're trying to say is first reduce the waste, then recycle and reuse. So basically less garbage. That's the whole idea. Which Union Ministry to host the second Gateway of India Geo-Economic Dialogue? So we are being asked which Union Ministry over here. and not country. So obviously it is being organized by India in Mumbai, looking at the picture, and organized between 13 and 14 February 2017. So the gateway of India Geo-Economic Dialogue, just remember this picture, where geopolitics meets business. That is the theme for this conference this time. And it is being organized by Ministry of External Affairs, as we can see here. So we now can relate the answer, Ministry of External Affairs. That is the answer to this. And basically there will be panel discussions covering topics like sovereign funds, global taxation, and digital economy in this particular conference that is going to happen. And this Gateway House is also part of this conference. So it is a joint venture between Gateway House and Ministry of External Affairs. In fact, it is co-hosting this second meeting, which is the Gateway of Geo-Economic Dialogue. Which of the following cities will host the 11th International Aerospace and Defense Exhibition Aero India 2017? So this is an easy one. It always happens in Bangalore at Yelahanka, and this year it is being held from 14 to 18 February 2017. This is a pre-built show, and this is basically a 5-day event where 72 aircrafts and almost 270 Indian as well as 279 foreign companies will participate. So basically countries like US, Russia, Israel, Germany, Singapore, UAE, South Korea and Australia will participate in this. And there are a lot of activities for the people like acrobats, aerobatic teams which take part. So you have got Indian Air Force Sarang as well as Surya Kiran teams. And this year's Scandinavian Air team is also taking part. And same goes for Sweden and UK. And the UK team is called Evolocos, EVOLKOS, Elvocos aerobatic team. That's a tough name to remember, so I won't waste time writing it down, so I'll just spell it out once more. EVOLVKOS. That's how you spell it. Elvocos. In which state the International Conference of India Pharma and India Medical Device 2017 has started. So let's have a look at the picture once again. So it says participate at India Medical Device 2017. So being organized from 9th to 11th of February 2017. And it is being organized at Bangalore International Exhibition Center, Bengaluru. So this is the second International Exhibition Conference on Medical Device Sector. And it is being organized by Department of Pharmaceutical, Ministry and Chemical Fertilizers. So of course Pharma, and so it would be Pharmaceutical and Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizers. So one of your is Make in India campaign over here and FICCI camp logo over here. So anyways, this has been inaugurated by Mr. Anant Kumar, the Union Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers, and it is, as we know, it is being held in Bangalore, so it is being held in Karnataka. And this time this conference theme is for responsible healthcare, and there is sorry guys, that's a vision for it. And the theme is medical devices shaping the future, making the right choices. And for pharma, it is shaping the future of Indian pharma. So this is basically an initiative to give the Indian pharma and medical device sector to become globally competitive. Who has been appointed as the new Chief of Securities and Exchange for Board of India SEBI? So guys, just have a look at what is SEBI. The Securities and Exchange Board of India was established on April 12, 1992. This question has appeared in RO and ARO exam last year, 2016. So those who knew this got the right answer. So April 12, 1992 was the date when SEBI was formed, and in accordance with provisions of Securities and Exchange Board Act of India Act 1992, so basically it functions to stop fraudulent activities in the stock market. Anyways, coming back to this, so we have a picture of the person who has been appointed as a new chief of SEBI. So is Mr. Ajay Tyagi, and Tyagi is a 1984 batch IAS officer. At present, he is additional secretary, investment in Department of Economic Affairs, and he was also on the RBI board for a short while, and has worked in ministries of petroleum and natural gas, steel and rural development. So a lot of experience behind this guy. So Mr. Ajay Tyagi is the person. Just remember this picture and you'll not never forget who is the new chief of SEBI. And of course remember the date 1992. Which Indian Institute of Technology IIT to set up India's first school of quality and reliability Q&R? So those who are from IITs will know this, that this is not Delhi IIT definitely, and neither is it Bombay. So Bombay is out. Okay, IIT Delhi is not there. This is not even Madras. So guys, I did my BTech from IIT Madras, so I know this is not Madras, and not sure about Indore. So this is relatively a new IIT, so it could be between IIT Indore or Kharagpur. So anyways, I'll tell you the answer in a while. So what is the first, let us know what is the purpose behind this development. And the purpose for establishing this school is to improve the quality of life for the people of India as well as develop quality conscious global citizens. So this will be offering academic courses, research and mission mode programs in the area of quality and reliability. And basically it is just about bringing social transformation. So basically a work-life balance kind of a thing. And this is being done by IIT Kharagpur. So this is the building of IIT Kharagpur. So just remember those guys. And that's about it. Which country has launched the world's largest Braille atlas for visually impaired persons? What is a Braille atlas? Let's understand this first. So Braille is basically kind of language for the visually impaired people. As you can see, everything, this is a Braille page. So everything is like jumping out of the page, so they can just feel it and read it. So this is of course launched in India and launched by Dr. Harshvardhan, who is the Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences. And this Braille has been prepared by the National Atlas and Thematic Mapping Organization, which is also called NATMO. So National Atlas Thematic Mapping Organization, and it has been done under the Department of Science and Technology. So this atlas is priced at ₹600, and this got 20 maps. And the salient feature is this will be distributed free of cost across various schools. and basically 2 schools which have got visually handicapped children. Which subcommittee of Central Advisory Board of Education has been constituted to boost girl education? So basically a subcommittee of Central Advisory Board of Education has been formed to boost girl education. Now girl education is a very big thing going on in India at the moment, and this has been done by the Union HRD Ministry. And what is this committee about to do? It is basically to examine the reasons of low participation of girls in education, including the socio-economic factors, and basically to encourage more women, girls to go to schools and reasons why they are not going. So they'll basically examine the existing schemes and the incentives that are being given. So anyways, this is being done under the Kadiyam Shrihari Committee. So just remember, Kadiyam Shrihari Committee is for girl education. It is a subcommittee, and this Mr. Shrihari is basically the Deputy Chief Minister and Education Minister of Telangana. Just for knowledge sake, because this question will not be asked actually. Just remember the name Kadiyam Shrihari Committee. What is the theme of Pakistan's multinational naval exercise Aman 2017? So Pakistan has suddenly become very peace-loving country, and since Mr. Trump became the president, they have really managed not to entice any backlash. So now they have organized a peace exercise, naval exercise called Aman 2017, and more than 37 countries are taking part in this, which is very interesting to see. And the theme is Together for Peace. Oh my god, makes me laugh actually. I'm sorry guys, being serious. But anyways, the theme is Together for Peace, and it is being organized from 10th to 14th of February, and it will be held in Karachi dockyards. So there are around 37 countries, and basically if you look at these flags, there is Australia, there is China, and Japan is there, Malaysia is there, US is there, England is there, Sri Lanka is there, and they haven't given all the flags anyways. So as we can see from this logo, Together for Peace is the theme for Aman. And this is a maritime exercise, so just the ship exercise. So anyways, what is the theme of 2017 World Radio Day? So if you have a look at this picture, World Radio Day, 13th of February 2017. That is the World Radio Day, and it says radio is you. So that is the theme. Radio is you, and promoting diversity. So radio is you. Just remember that, World Radio Day. Radio Day, you. Radio is you. Which country team has won the 2017 T20 Blind World Cup? So guys, our Indian team has done it again. It is India, and the good part is it has defeated our rival Pakistan. Not many people would have watched this because obviously, see guys, this is the issue which I sometimes feel about, like we guys support the Indian cricket team and we really don't know what is happening in the PWD sector or our women cricket team. I mean, we have just won the T20 Blind World Cup, and there was no news about this, or maybe just a little clipping somewhere. So anyways, this match was held at Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru, and we won the match by 9 wickets. And Mr. Prakash Jayamariah was the man of the match for his outstanding innings, and Badr Munir from Pakistan was given the man of the series award, and he made around 570 runs. So Badr Munir is the man of the series of the blind T20, and Mr. Prakash Jayamariah was the man of the match. Zerotaniguchi, who passed away recently, was a legendary comic manga artist from which country? Zerotaniguchi. So he is Zerotaniguchi, and he's definitely not from Switzerland, and he's not from Malaysia. Anyways, he's from Japan, I'll tell you that. So here are a couple of, he was a cartoonist, legendary comic artist. So he was the writer of The Walking Dead, very famous book. Then he wrote The Summit of the Gods. This is a picture of the Summit of the Gods. And there was another book called The Magic Mountain. Sorry guys, this is the Magic Mountain. I haven't got the picture of Summit of the Gods. Anyways, this is the kind of artwork he used to do. And he passed away in Tokyo, Japan. May his soul rest in peace. And basically he was very famous for drawing intricate drawings like these, like the houses, and so very nice artist. Which state is hosting the second edition of International Spies Conference? So we are being asked which state is hosting the second edition. The first edition was hosted in Ahmedabad, Gujarat last year. If you guys remember, those who have been preparing for a long time know this fact. This was Ahmedabad. So let's have a look. International Spies Conference, Dalila, Kovalam, Kerala, February 12 to 14, 2017. So it is being held at Leela, and it is being held at Kerala, a foundation well laid. International Spice Conference 2016, that is last year's. I don't know why it is here. And there will be over 600 delegates, 45 speakers from over 40 countries. So basically this event is being hosted by the All India Spice Exporters Forum, and who represent 80% of the spice exports and are in association with the Cochin Chamber of Commerce and Industries. And the central theme this year is 21st Century Spice Industry, Disrupt or Be Disrupted. So I'll repeat that, 21st Century Spice Industry, Disrupt or Be Disrupted. And this 3-day conference will basically discuss effective strategies and innovative technologies to improve the livelihood of farmers, address industry challenges, food safety concerns, and demand-supply parity, and to foster sustainable growth. So yes, that is about it. So which Indian state the 2017 UNESCO Natural Heritage Festival was held? So from the pictures you can see it was the Great Himalayan National Park. And where is the Great Himalayan National Park? So it is not Sikkim, it is not Punjab, it is not Madhya Pradesh, it is Himachal Pradesh where the Great Himalayan National Park is. Himalayas, Himachal, always related like that, so you'll remember. And yep, that's about it. Which of the following state is hosting the 2017 International Coin Fair? So there is a coin fair which is being held, and it is an international coin fair. So a lot of coin fairs are generally held in Southeast Asia countries like Singapore, Japan, etc. So this is like really interesting, and this is basically coin fair is being held from February the 13th and is being organized by District Tourist Promotion Council. So basically around 2,500 coins from around 500 regions will be actually included in this coin fair. And basically you can see the coins from Alexander the Great to various Mughal Chera Chola emperors, Kanishka coins, and basically other coins like coins released by Subhash Chandra Bose. I mean, we all have seen the picture of the note issued by the Azad Hind Fauj, and but never seen a coin, so that would be quite interesting. And a lot many more coins. So this, if you can have a look at this picture, and you can make out this is the Kanakanu Palace in Thiruvananthapuram, and it is in Kerala. So just remember Kerala. So it is Kanathram. Just remember KK Palace. That would be easy to remember. KK Palace. Who has been elected as the new president of Germany? So Germany, we all know Angela Merkel is the prime minister, and so we are being asked who is the new president. So he is Frank-Walter Steinmeier, and he has taken over from Joachim Gauck, who was the president before. And basically, Mr. Frank-Walter is a member of the Social Democratic Party, and he has actually got 931 out of 1,260 votes. So he'll take office from March of 18th, 3 days before our very own UPSC exam prelims. That's the whole idea. So just remember Frank-Walter Steinmeier. Who has been appointed the new president of Associated Chambers of Commerce in India, ASOCHAM? Nice looking chap. So anyways, so basically what is ASOCHAM? Let me tell you something about ASOCHAM. So it is one of the apex trade associations of India, and it represents the interest of trade and commerce in India and acts as an interface between industries, government and other relevant stakeholders on policy issues and initiatives. So it is one of the main trading organizations in India. So anyways, who has been becoming is Mr. Sanjeev Jajodia, who has become the new president, and he has taken over from Sunil Kanoria. So just remember Sandeep Jajodia. Sunil Kanoria is the outgoing president, and he was also the CMD of Monet Ispat and Energy Limited. Who is the newly elected president of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI? So another appointment, and basically what is ICAI? ICAI is the National Professional Accounting Body of India, and the affairs of ICAI are managed by a council in accordance to the provisions provided in the Chartered Accountant Act 1949 and Chartered Accountant Regulations 1988. And this council has basically 32 elected members and 8 nominated from the central government. So the central government also has a part to play in this Institute of Chartered Accountant India. So anyways, he is Mr. Nilesh Vikamse, who has become the new president. And he has been a member of this organization since 1985, so a long period now. And he was also the vice president of the Chartered Accountant Institute in 2016-17. So before this, he was the vice president of the CA Institute. So guys, just remember this, and you can easily relate. Mr. Nilesh becomes a. Which city is hosting India's first ever International Table Tennis Federation World Tournament event? So guys, another big thing happening after the under 17. It is the International Table Tennis Federation World Tour event. See, as you can see from the logo, table tennis 2017 ITTF World Cup. So basically the prize money is $1.5 lakh in this, and this also happens to be the biggest in terms of the prize money, $1.5 lakh. That is lots and lots, $150,000 guys as a first prize. So around 80 sports people or players will participate in this, and there are 80 total, and out of which 52 are men and 28 are women. And the only player who is taking part on the behalf of India is Sharat Kamal. So guys, just remember Sharat Kamal is a table tennis player. So Sharat Kamal is taking in the men's category, and Manika Batra will be leading in the female category. So Manika Batra and Sharat Kamal are the two Indian players taking part in this. So anyways, this is happening where else? Tyagaraja Sports Complex in New Delhi. So capital city for the World Federation World Tour event. Which warship has become the India's first warship to install solar panels on board? So guys, this is a question from defense, and it is really very important because India definitely likes to cover up everything with solar panels nowadays. Clean energy, green energy, as we all know, the government is promoting it in a big way, and since this question is belonging to defense as well as clean energy, so it is a short question according to me that might come in the PSC exams. So as you can see from the logo here, it is INS Sarveshak. It is a J-22 class carrier, and here you can see how the solar panels have been installed. So this is the captain of the ship, and basically it is the first India's first warship to install solar power panels on board, and basically it is about giving clean energy for round the clock for various operations, battery charging, general lighting, etc. And since the system is maintenance free, so it is a good thing for the Indian Navy. So guys, just remember INS Sarveshak, and it is a J-22 class carrier. Which NGO has backed the IMC Ramakrishna Bajaj National Quota Award in the NGO category? So guys, we are being asked which is this NGO that has backed this award. So what is IMC Ramakrishna Bajaj National Quality Award? So this is a quality award presented to manufacturing, service, small businesses, overseas organization, education and healthcare. So this guys is Anmitra. This is the organization that has backed this award, and it basically deals in providing meals to the underprivileged children in schools and across India. They have got 20 centralized ISO certified kitchens, a very large organization. They actually provide food for 6,500 schools every day. So you can imagine the amount of operations. And they are also part of the midday school meal program, midday school scheme. And this year the union budget has allocated 9,700 crores to 10,000 crores for this midday meal scheme, and this part of this money will go to this organization Anmitra, who are actually serving more and more people in government and municipal schools. So big organization and a lot of good work being done. So just remember Anmitra. I'll suggest it, although it is Anmritra, but I'll suggest you just remember Anmitra. So friend of the food or friend of the grain. So this way you will not forget. And the award is IMC Ramkrishna Bajaj National Quota Award. Which state government has observed Parents Worship Day on February 14? So Valentine's Day is out and Parents Worship Day is in. So, and this is basically done to promote Indian sanskar to the children. So as you can see here, Parents Worship Day on 14th of February, a child who gives respect to his parents and will get respect from everyone, just like Ganesha, who is Pratham Pujya. So basically here's a picture of Ganesha and Lord Ganesha, who is praying to Lord Shiva and Parvati. So anyways, this is the government of Chhattisgarh who has started this. And although Parents Worship Day is set on 14th of Feb, but this is the first state government to actually implement it in schools to teach Indian Sanskar or Bharatiya Sanskriti. What is the theme for 2017 BRICS Summit? What is the theme? So where is it being held this time? It is being held in Xiamen, China, Fujian province in East China. So guys, this time this question came, when did S became a part of BRIC? And S stands for South Africa and it joined BRIC in 2012. So this is a question which came in UPSC exams this time, and not many people know about this. So if you're watching this video, this is additional knowledge and very important knowledge. So I just gave you 1 mark. And a lot of BRIC questions have been coming. So 1985 was the year when BRIC was formed, and 2012 it was our dear South Africa joined. So anyways, the theme is BRICS Stronger Partnership for a Better Future this time. And I already told you that it is being held in Xi'an province of China. Xiamen province. Xiamen. And this is in East China, Fujian province. Which Indian American musician has won the Best World Music Award for Sing Me Home at the 2017 Grammy Awards? So this guy is a tabla player, that much I know. And he's not Sabyasachi Mukherjee. Sabyasachi Mukherjee is a bloody fashion designer. And he's not a lady, so not Shubha Mudgal, not Anushka Shankar. So he's Mr. Sandeep Das, and he's an Indian American musician who plays tabla. And he has won a Grammy for Sing Me Home. Which country to host conference on counter-radicalization with Association of Southeast Asian Countries, ASEAN member countries? So just have a look. Myanmar is there, Thailand is there, Cambodia is there, Singapore is there, Indonesia is there, Laos is there, Vietnam is there, Malaysia is there, Philippines is there, Brunei Darussalam is there. So basically all the countries around this region, Southeast Asia, are the Asian countries. So Iran is not the answer, Pakistan is not the answer, India is not the answer. If you know Asian countries, then you'll know that Malaysia is the answer. And they are hosting the counter-radicalization with the association. So guys, just have a look at this map once again. Myanmar is a part, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, Indonesia, basically all the countries in this region, including Philippines. And suppose India is here and you want to go to Australia, so you'll fly from this area. So this is the Southeast Asia. So you either land in Singapore or you land in Malaysia, and from there you take a flight to Australia. So just remember it this way. David Bowie, who passed away recently, was a well-known actor from which country? David Bowie. Who is David Bowie? He was an actor, he was a singer, and he was a composer as well. Very famous guy. And he was from England. And he died in New York, United States. And he was just 69 years old. And why was he in news recently? Because he was posthumously honored with a Grammy Award in various categories. And he also got award for the best rock song for his album title track at the 59th annual Grammy Award. Yes. In which state India's first ever floating elementary school has started? So which state has got the first elementary floating school? As you can see from this picture, it is the Loktak Lake and is now home to the country's first ever floating elementary school. And this is the picture of the Loktak floating elementary school. And if you look at this, it says Manipur here. Just remember this, guys. Picture of a boy standing here, Loktak Lake, Manipur. Answer. The pictures make it quite easy to remember, because otherwise you'll never remember whatever is Mizoram, West Bengal. So if you remember this picture, you'll remember that it was Loktak Lake, and I had told you that it was at Manipur because I saw Manipur in this corner. Who is the author of the book Welcome to Nowhere? So have a look at the cover, and it says Elizabeth Laird, and she's a prize-winning author. Welcome to Nowhere. So remember this, a small kiddie standing. In fact, in my last video I have covered a couple of books, and in this one as well there are a couple of books, so quite a number of books being released this time. So why is this book in the news? And this book has been in the news because it tells a story of a 12-year-old boy called Omar, and he has been caught in the Syrian refugee crisis. So it is all about that. And basically it is about real life characters, that's why it is in the news, and she's a prize-winning author. That is another reason. And basically this Elizabeth Laird is a very famous children's author, so she is widely acclaimed. How many licenses of doctors were cancelled by the Honorary Supreme Court under Vyapam scandal? So guys, if you have read the newspaper yesterday, I have taken this question from there. And that was the headlines in the newspaper yesterday, 14th of February. And you can see these guys going to jail under the Vyapam scandal, and these guys are. So Vyapam is basically the government agency for recruitments in Madhya Pradesh, and I will break this. It was 60-34 because no, and yeah, that was the headline. So the Supreme Court has said that it is not going to let a mass number of corrupt people take over the law or get away with it after doing fraud just because there is a large number of them. So these are like 634 of them have been cancelled at the moment. Which village has been adopted by Sachin Tendulkar as his second village? So Sachin Tendulkar has adopted another village while work hasn't started in lot of villages adopted by our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi also hasn't done anything in his adopted village. Anyway, Sachin Tendulkar is doing a lot of work. So Sachin Tendulkar adopted Puttam Raju Kandrika village in Andhra Pradesh on November 2014. So that was the first village he adopted, and what he did was build new roads, sewage treatment plant, concrete streets, underground drainage, modern facilities for farmers, solid waste disposal yard, playground construction, 24-hour water and power supply. So he has done a lot of work in just 4 months. So if the politicians put their mind to what Sachin Tendulkar has done, definitely our India can become a model country. Of course, let's come back to the second village which he has adopted. So he's developing Maharashtra's Donja village. So Donja is the answer. And basically he has sanctioned over 4 crore of rupees from his Parliament Local Area Development Fund for this development. And he's developing a school over there which is around 70 years old. Plus there will be a new water supply scheme, concrete roads, banking services, and micro cash recycler ATMs, and sewage line as well. So he has met up with the village and has started already discussing what all needs to be done. And the major problem in Donja is that like 400 of the houses which are out of 610 houses do not have any toilet facilities, and there are around 231 toilets in Donja that are in use only. So amongst 610 households, there are only 231 toilets. So I think that is the first thing which he is gonna do over there. Who has been accredited as the High Commissioner of India to the Republic of Rwanda? So this is the country Rwanda, and who has been appointed. So he is none other than Mr. Ravi Shankar, because Mr. P.V.K. Reddy is Human Rights Commission, Rajiv Jain is IB, and the High Commissioner for Rwanda is Mr. Ravi Shankar. So guys, remember that. And he has been re-elected. And just a little bit about Rwanda. Kigali is the capital of Rwanda, surrounded by Congo, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, and the currency of Rwanda is Rwandan franc, and the president is Paul Kagame. Who resigned as Toshiba's chairman? So Toshiba's chairman has resigned, and he is this person, and he is none other than Shigeru Shiga. Shigeru Shiga is the person who was the chairman of Toshiba, and basically Mr. Shiga announced his resignation, and it is going to come in effect from tomorrow, that is February of 15th, as the company has faced a lot of huge losses, running into multi-million dollars, and that is why he has resigned, because he's not able to lead the company properly. who has been appointed as the first woman foreign secretary of Pakistan. So Pakistan has started appointing women as foreign secretaries. So let's look at this. These are all. Niloufar Bakhtiar is a politician, Farzana Bari is a politician, Fawzia Behram is a politician. So the answer is Tameen Janjua. She is the first woman foreign secretary of Pakistan, and she will serve as the 29th foreign secretary of Pakistan. And she is replacing outgoing secretary Azaz Ahmad Chaudhry and will assume office in the first week of March. So remember guys, Tamina Janjua. Janjua. So she's got 2 in her ear, so you can remember Janjua, and she's the first woman secretary of Pakistan. In which state assembly a bill was passed to allow Kambala? What is Kambala? Kambala is running of bulls. Once again, something like Jallikuttu, but different because this is done in the waters. And another state has actually passed a bill in the state assembly to allow it because they do not want problems to happen. And this has been passed. They have passed the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Amendment Bill on February 13, 2017. So this question can also come, like who has passed an amendment bill to the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, and basically to legalize the conduct of Kambala and bullock cart races. And so basically what the amendment is about, that under the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, which is Central Act 59 of 1960, and they have exempted 2 sports from the act, keeping in mind the traditional nature and to protect native breeds of buffaloes. So basically that's all a eyewash. And the bill states that the traditional sports events of Kambala and bull race or bullock cart race play a significant role in preserving and promoting traditions and culture among the people of the state. More bullshit. Kambala is a traditional, anyways, what is Kambala? I'll tell you that. Kambala is a traditional annual buffalo race in marshy fields held in coastal districts of the state, in which buffalo pairs are made to race one another in paddy fields, and is considered a thanksgiving to gods for protecting the animals from diseases. So as I told you that these races are held like this, and this is held in Karnataka. Let's just break this. So Karnataka is the state which has passed this bill. So KA, just remember KA for Karnataka and KA Kambala. So this way you won't forget that Karnataka has done this bill, the amendment bill. So yes. Which township in India is the first cashless township? The first cashless township is Gujarat, Narmada Valley Fertilizers and Chemicals. This is the first cashless village, cashless township. So there is a difference between cashless village, township. I've given 3 of them. This is the first South Indian cashless village in Telangana, Ibrahimpur. This was in news some time back. Then Dasai was the first village to become cashless in India, and Manipur's Karang is the first cashless island. So guys, here you have got 3 questions covered up. The township was GNFC, and in case you are asked which was the first South Indian village, it is Ibrahimpur. Which is the first Indian village is Dhasai Gaon, and the island is Karang. So there are 5 questions in this question. Those are the bonus questions which you have got. Anyways, so this township was inaugurated by Mr. Vijay Rupani, who is the Chief Minister of Gujarat, and nearly 10,000 people live in this township who have accepted various digital modes of payments instead of cash, and people are basically paying cashless everywhere. Even if they buy smokes or buy a cup of tea, they are paying through card or other modes of payment. So nice effort. Which country has opened the longest elevated cycle pathway in the world? So is it Japan, Holland, Germany, or China? Anyways, this is also called the winding viaduct because of the shape, as you can see here. And this has been done in China. So China has become the first country to have the longest elevated. See, this is a difference. This is elevated. It is in air. If it said longest cycle pathway, that would be in Canada. So Canada has got the longest cycling pathway, or they intend to make it. And this one is the elevated pathway is in China, also called the winding viaduct, and it was opened in Xiamen in China and can handle 2023 cyclists with a speed limit of 15 kilometers per hour. So you almost 2223 cyclists can go on this at one point of time at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour. Which company has signed master ship repair agreement with US Navy? So as you can see from the picture, it is Reliance who has done this. The Reliance Defense and Engineering Limited, and it has signed a master ship repair agreement with US Navy, and this was signed on February of 13, just yesterday, day before yesterday. And this has been done to perform repairs and alteration services for US Navy's 17th Fleet vessels. So just remember, it has done this for the 17th Fleet vessels. And their shipyard, Reliance shipyard, is at Pipiwao, Gujarat. And it is the first shipyard in India to receive MSRA certification to undertake servicing and repairing works. So this is a huge achievement for Reliance Defense. And this particular fleet for which this contract has been awarded has got around 100 vessels, so a lot of work to be done. And they used to go to Singapore and Japan before, and probably they'll become, in fact, they'll be coming down to India for getting their ships repaired now. So anyways, Reliance Defense is the company that has got this MOU, Master Ship Repair Agreement, signed with the US Navy. MBDA Missile System has formed joint venture with Kuwait company to develop missiles in India. Another question from defense sector. And if you can see, this is the MOU being signed, joint venture, and this is the MBDA Missile Systems logo, and we know from here it is the Larsen and Turbo, who is the other company. So Larsen and Toubro is already doing the K9, Vajra T and Hauser, and now they have formed a joint venture with MBDA Missiles to manufacture or develop missiles in India. So answer is Larsen and Toubro. Anyways, so around 51% stake in the joint venture will be Larsen Turbos, and the rest will be 49 will be the European partner. This is a European company, MBDA system, and initially they will be developing the 5th generation guided missiles, which are also called ATGMs. These are the 5th generation anti-tank guided. So ATGM stands for anti-tank guided missiles, and other missiles for downing drones. Drones are those your without man aerial crafts. 17th British Academy Awards, commonly known as BAFTA. BAFTA just happened a couple of days ago, and BAFTA was held on 12th of February. That is, we all know. So anyways, this was held at the Royal Albert Hall in London, and the best The movie called La La Land won again for Best Film, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Original Music, and Best Actress. So guys, I'll just tell you the important ones. So Best Film was La La Land, Best Director was Damien Chazelle, Best Cinematography was Linus Sandgren, Best Original Music was Justin Hurwitz, and Best Actress in Leading Role was Emma Stone. And yes, that's about it. Let's move on to the next slide. Who won the Song of the Year 59th Annual Grammy Awards? So this seems to be a bit of a tough question because we have got Hello by Adele and Greg Kurstin. Adele for 25, Black Star by David Bowie. David Bowie just passed away, we have just covered in this. So David Bowie also won a lot of awards, but all posthumously. And basically Adele, as we can see, has won a lot of awards in 5 categories she has won. So the song was Hello by Adele and Greg Kurstin. So this is the song, option B. So she has won this particular award, which is the Song of the Year that she has sung with Greg Kurstin. And basically the Album of the Year award has been given to this 25, and everybody has heard the song Hello. I think it's very huge on YouTube. So guys, that brings us to the end of this video, and I have covered most of the important questions in the second week of February, which might come in the exams. I have given additional notes, I have given pictures. So guys, do watch the whole video, and I hope you have watched the whole video if you are watching this. And thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe to my channel. It gives me a lot of inspiration to make more such videos. And thank you so much. See you again.